For me to be the director of the library, one of the greatest things for me has been the people I've gotten to meet. And I think there are perhaps no one that I have been more honored and impressed with than Bernard and Shirley Handel. And as I got to know more about all the things he'd accomplished here, it really made me feel incompetent. I mean, it's hard to look at his career and his life and not think that it's really extraordinary, it's unique, and I think it's an inspiration for all of us. And I do hope that as we go forward, we look at what he's accomplished and how much he's given back to the community, and we say, okay, how can I do that within my frame? I may not be at the same level as Bernard Handel, but what can I do personally? And it doesn't matter whether it's volunteering at a homeless shelter or contributing to the local food bank. All of this can contribute, and I do think that that's important. So are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, I'd like to please introduce you to Bernard Handel.
Thank you very much. This is like attending one's funeral. Everybody says, you never get to hear what people are going to say at your funeral, and I've heard it.
So you don't have to die.
There you go. And David Ryder here did bring up the fact we omitted one big thing. On a day in August 1946, I hit a home run with Morse Cooper in Hawaii Stadium. The score was 1-0.
I was 6 years old.
It's a big moment of my
repeating
athletic
it to me
career.
ever since.
Thank you. I remember this restaurant very well. The first night I was ever in Poughkeepsie in 1949, I had dinner here. The reason we had dinner here was, when I was in the Army, we had K-ration. And part of the K-ration was Chef Bayardi, and it came from this restaurant. So when I came to Poughkeepsie that night to visit somebody, my first night here, I said, how about going to the restaurant where Chef Bayardi came from? So we ended up here, and I'm eating here now for 75 years. Hundreds and hundreds of times, and the food is always terrific. Hope I can give a talk with enough light. Let me say that I want to thank. It's a great honor to receive this award associated with my personal lifetime hero, Franklin D. Roosevelt, and on behalf of the trustees of the FDR Library. In my long-time residence in the Hudson Valley, which is over 75 years, I've always admired the wonderful achievements of the Roosevelt Library and the impact it had on the entire Hudson Valley community in its educational and cultural programs. Since my wife joined the Board of Trustees, we have seen the terrific programs and changes which have so reinforced the impact of the library. We especially want to thank Paul Sparrow and all members of the staff for the excellent activities they have brought to the library in recent years. And I want to particularly thank Trish Prunty for coordinating the program tonight and this dinner and arrangements. She did a great job. In many ways, as I stated in the formal interview, my relationship to Franklin D. Roosevelt goes back a long time. My earliest memory is standing on a little child holding the American flag, waving it on a fire escape in the Bronx. As governor candidate, Franklin D. Roosevelt went by in a big convertible, a man with a big hat, a cigarette in a holder, and a big smile on his face. And he was to repeat that slow drive through the Bronx many times as he sought presidency over and over again. It was always a great moment of my life to remember that first political moment of seeing Roosevelt. My family suffered financial difficulties during the Depression. Fortunately, certain innovative governmental programs helped to extent in lessening the burdens of business failure and unemployment. So I'll get it later. FDR helped reassure people of a better future, and happy days are here again was the theme. He gave confidence to Americans despite the effects of the economy. When the U.S. became involved in World War II, he was a remarkable leader, dealing with confidence and discipline and diplomacy and coordinating with such great, difficult people as Churchill, Stalin, de Gaulle, and others. I served as an 18-year-old in the Army in the Pacific during the war and witnessed their respect, if not always admiration, displayed by military personnel to the leadership of Roosevelt. They all did not necessarily love him, but they all trusted him very much. It's wonderful to receive this award, which is associated with Franklin Roosevelt, who I consider the greatest historical figure in my lifetime. And I thank you again for this honor. I also wish to thank my wife of over 50 years, who I married when she graduated from Stanford University. I brought her home to the Hudson Valley, where her family had lived for 400 years. She has been involved in many activities in business and fundraising and charitable organizations, and she's been a president, she's been a chair, board member of many organizations, and still is. I was fortunate to be nominated by 2 New York governors to the New York State Hospital Board and served for 13 years after Senate ratification. We spent a couple of years dealing with healthcare and nursing home costs. I wish I could say we were more successful in containing those costs, but we tried. Also, I want to thank you all for this honor and appreciate the help I have had from many sources in my lifetime. That has allowed me and Shirley to form a foundation to give funds to charitable organizations all over the United States and the world, and particularly in Poughkeepsie. We've been grateful for the opportunity to do that, and we hope other people will also do that. We've been doing it for 30 years, giving away way over $2 million, and we would think it's a great thing that we've done well for many organizations and people. Thank you for your being here tonight. Thank you for this award, and it's been a great evening, and let's all continue to enjoy it. Thank you.